y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are on build 5. Are we on number 5? I think we're on number 5 of our Edinburgh Castle. I know we're doing Edinburgh's Castle, so on our last video we put together our little fireplace. Now there is not going to be a light, obviously. Too bad. I like when they light up the fireplace. I know I have extra lights. I thought about popping a hole, but it's not really the right picture anyway. Anyways, and my candelabra's a little crooked, I just noticed. Well, we're gonna have a crooked. Yep, there we go. Okay, so picture frame, wine glass, little container that is crooked because it was made crooked, not my fault. Okay, and then we put together our little table here with the little bit of material on top, and that beating around, I gotta admit, it's not my favorite look, but it's okay. It gives a little something extra, you know. Like, I kind of wish it would have been more flowy, but anyways, so we're going to put the items on our table since we've completed building it, and it's going to be our little wooden, it's D14 is our little lamp, and D16 is our second little cup there, and then the book that we folded up, and G37, one of our little wine glasses. And you know what, I'm gonna follow through on how I did my other wine glasses on the table, even though they're not like great looking because the top is a little skinny. I wish the top had been a little bit wider and I wouldn't have gotten this, but I just like it. Oh, except I missed. Completely missed there. These are just alcohol markers. I'm just gonna take my red, swoop it around. You gotta really stick it in there to get it on the bottom. And I'm not gonna do it as like bright, so this is much lighter, kind of the other ones I really stuck it in there. So anyways, hang on, let me water down dampen my paper towel. I'm sorry guys, I don't know why I can't, although it's still kind of damp from this morning. I am building a second time today. I have not done that in quite a while. I usually just build once a day now. But I wanted to not lose these pieces. So here's our Aleene's original tacky glue. And we're just going to, sorry, didn't have it down in the cup and ready to go. And I'm just going to kind of go off of how they placed them, but you can absolutely place them however you like. It kind of doesn't make sense that they have a wooden cup, a wooden like martini glass, and then a little plastic wine glass. I don't know why they did that. It's kind of weird. Usually it's one or the other. I'm just going to tap those white, just because I think it looks kind of weird when the paint is colored and then the top is brown, but that's just a quick one of my little thingies. Okay, you need to stay upright, please. Right. They have the little wooden one also in the back on the left side. And then now they have the book like almost closed, and that's the edge you see. I'm going to take up more of the space. I really want that open. Okay, so I see why, because it covers up the glass. You can't really partially glue them down. You'd have to glue that one down, or glue even those down. I don't want to glue them down, so I think I'm going to readjust a bit here. Let's re-glue this more towards the kind of left side, almost a little towards the backish, not so much the front. Not like that. That was an oops. More like that. I want to see those pages there. There we go. And then the little wooden, excuse me, the little wooden one. Just going to put right next to the lamp. And then the plastic one, excuse me, oh, I have, excuse me, I'm sorry. Little frog in my throat there. The plastic one I will just stick right up in that front space. So, little adjustment from the book. You can do it just kind of however you want, you know. So there's our little table. Okay. And then we're going to do our chair. And this is the reason I actually did a second build today, because I think this is going around the back to be the outside. This is the paper of it. And I'm just curious. I'm so curious. So we're going to start. We've already taken care of our sides with my markers. So we're going to start with D10. 2 on each side, or a hole on each side and one away from us on the back. D9 and D9, obviously scoop to the front, the stickers to the outside, and then D7 in the back. I'm going to go ahead and put D7 in. Hold on. Where do they touch? Okay, so they're gonna, now they do fit fairly tight. They're gonna land on the edge here. I'm still gonna glue them though. And just a touch of the crazy glue, super glue. Don't stick it in your white glue. I have that brush applicator. Stick that one down. I just don't want that glue to dry. It will dry clear, but I don't want to dry in a clump, because then it could potentially mess up our paper. All right, and then the sides. And I am going to put it up the back of this. And then flush right with it. Yep, it sits really nice. Okay. Get the other arm in. Without hitting that first arm that we did, knocking it over. go. Is it all the way down? Oh, I didn't have it all the way down. It is now, though. All right. Then we're going to take our wait, hold on. What is D8? Oh, D8 is our little square. It's going, okay, so it's the seat, but we don't want to push it all the way. Yeah, we do. It goes all the way back. Okay, it goes all the way back. But, and it has a little, obviously it's not colored on one side. It has a little bit of the same pattern on there as the back of the chair that we're working on. I'm not going to put glue on the sides or anything. It is a very nice, pretty tight fit in there. Make sure it's down all the way. There we go. And then D11s. Our front and back. So with the, obviously with the print facing out of each side. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. I can't control the neighborhood noise. And we're just going to match them up with the front. And then our back one, same way. This is probably one of the more easier yet secure chairs I've put together. Trust me, when you do like a lot of libraries, you do a lot of chairs. I was kind of surprised they didn't go left to right, considering on the back you're not really going to see that print. But I mean, but we're covering, never mind, I said that. I don't know how it's sitting when it sits. It might be sitting sideways or something. Okay. Now we're going to take 6/8 and we're going to wrap it around. So I guess I'm going to line up that little bit up there. That will give me, hopefully, yeah, that will give me the correct bends. Not, well, no, not really. We're a little, well, no, I guess it matches it. Okay, we're good, we're good. Go ahead and put the back on first. Just setting it all the way down because there's a ledge all the way around, making sure I'm lined up with that top. come around each side. Those edges are weird because there's like it's like a diagonal, but you don't fold it diagonally. It's kind of weird. You can see it better when it's straight. See how that one's kind of diagonal? They were both like that. I don't know why. And I think that's just what was throwing me off. But we got it. There's a little bit of an overhang in that, that drives me bonkers. I hate that. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna ruin it, aren't I? Because it's not flush. It's not like on the ground or on the table completely because of that little lip. I'm not gonna get exact. I'm just gonna get like the big chunks. Yep. Okay. Still not like as much as I like it to be, but it's okay. We're going to leave it because otherwise I'm going to break the chair and we don't want to have to rebuild the chair. Oh no, I did it wrong, you guys. I hope you're watching this before you're building it because I absolutely put these arms on wrong. Yep. I jinxed myself because I said we didn't want to rebuild it. It's like, oh yeah, watch this. Dang it, I can't believe I was paying. What was I thinking? Okay, I'm going to leave that on the back because it's not coming off. Crud. Please don't do this too. How many of you are yelling at me when I was putting those arms on going, nope, you're doing it wrong. The hardest part is breaking it loose because I can't just bend it off because there's a stud in there, but I've got to get it off the back too. If I had done this one backwards, I would honestly just put the paper on the inside. But because I did one right and two wrong, I'm screwed. Dang it. Dang it. I was a little bit too sure of myself. That's what the problem was. Got a little bit too ahead of myself. And I don't want to break that leg off. I mean, it's silly that I did this. It was a silly mistake. It was a stupid mistake. But I'm not going to get mad because, I mean, mistakes happen. And if I can make the mistakes and you guys learn from them and don't do the same thing, maybe we're starting to put it in and go, oh yeah, wait. Let's make sure you got it in the right way. Then it's all good, you know? It's all good. And it also goes to show that you can fix almost anything. I mean, yeah, it may take, I'm going to bust that leg. It may take a minute, you know, but Now, I've made mistakes where I literally have cried over because they were like bad mistakes. Like bad mistakes. This is not one of them. This is just a oopsies. Oopsie daisy. We'll fix it. Let go of my blade. Let go of my blade, please. You'd have thought that when I was putting that paper on, I would have went, why am I covering up the same thing I'm with the paper that I'm gluing on? But I probably shouldn't have been building again today. You want to know how my day's gone? My eye was really like steamy earlier, really burning. And I went to the hallway counter, or hallway cabinet, to look for some eye drops. I knew we had a new bottle somewhere. I just saw it the other day. And I couldn't find it. So I was like, okay, well maybe it's in like my medicine cabinet. So I go and look in my bathroom. No. I was like, okay, well maybe it's in, I have drawers under my bed. And I have one basket with like my extra meds, my refills and stuff. Maybe I stuck it down in there. So let's go look in that. Nope, didn't find it. An hour later, I realized I was forgetting something. Oh, that's right. And I realized what I was forgetting was I still had not found any eye drops, but I had completely rearranged and sorted through the drawer under my bed and the shelves right next to my bed and my medicine cabinet in my bathroom. Yeah, I did, you guys. I totally forgot I was looking for eye drops and did like 4 other things. And then I was sitting there reading. Yep. I was like, wasn't I supposed to be doing something else? Oh yeah, eye drops. Yeah, an hour later. That's the kind of day it's been. I've been doing stuff like that all day long. So, this is just par for the course today. It's not anything out of the unusual for me. So, no sweat. We got it. We'll fix it. Put those colored pieces facing inside. And then get this seat part back in there since it came out with one of the arms. Okay, and now let's re-glue down these edges. And it makes way more sense now. And that, You were the one that was on the other side and you didn't want to go down all the way there either. There. I'm just glad I caught it now, instead of when I went to like place it in the room and went like, why do those arms look weird on the inside? Why aren't they colored? Because I don't think I would have gotten it apart at that point, and I definitely wouldn't have got this paper off at that point. So I probably would have just been like coloring the inside brown. Honestly, that's what I would have done. But we caught it in time. We're good. Okay. So now I've got to re-glue. The back is still attached, just not the front. Okay, so now we have brown inside and out. Okay, we're good. Those browns do not match. So that's not more of a, the wood is more of like a reddish brown, and the paper is like just a dark brown. Like, they really don't match. So it's kind of a bummer, but it's, you know, I'm not gonna be doing nothing about it. So, all right, there's our chair. That was a little bit crazy. Okay, we still have plenty of time. So next is our bookshelf. Sorry, I had to hydrate. Let's get some pieces. We need C9. Oh, those are our last two C9s are for our books. Okay, and then we need E1. Oh wait, E's in the bags. I remember that. It is the case, the actual book case here. And then we need 4 of C68. 68. Let's see, where are we at here? Oh, 34, okay. Okay, it must be on the last of the dark browns. 67, 58, 69, 76. I think those are our... Do we have a spiral staircase? Those look like spiral staircase railings. I'm just saying, I don't know for sure, but that's... I've used those in this this thicker cardstock before for a spiral staircase. Oh, that was a pain. Anyways, we're not there. What am I looking for? I'm sorry. C, squirrel, C68. Oh, 68. Okay, so right here. So that's 66. Oh, that little one was 67. So 68, that we need 4 of them. There's 2 sets. I am going to cut these out. I do not want to break them. And they do have some very thin sides here. Where's your other? Is it on the top? So along the long side, and then right on the top, but on the side, just on the top part of the side. It's a little notch. Okay, and then we need D6. D6 is our TV, the outside of our TV set here. And D21. 21. Okay, both of these here. I think these are the plates that those are going to be the plate holders for. Would make sense. And then D2. Oh, D1. D1 is the outside part. D2 and D2. D4 and D5. Okay, so not D3, but it's all going to come out. Because we've got to take D1 out. 51. Oh, come on. Oh, there, oh, you guys, seriously, I thought I just busted it. No, they're pieces. I thought I just broke something. So I'm gonna keep them lined up in the order that they're lined up. That's one piece, okay. So there's 4 pieces in that first set. I'm gonna keep the orientation of their books, lined up. We don't need that. And then, okay, 3 pieces here. Ooh. Because I'm like, after the chair, nothing's going to surprise me now. I'm going to, whatever I mess up is not going to be a shocker. But I did not mess those up. I just like to keep the orientation. This is probably going to go like this when we put it in. But at least I know which one I'm looking at in the book. So that's why I do that. Okay, then there's a little radio and a little camera. And we're going to put the clock back over here so we don't lose it. And then we need 4/9. So in her paper, $4.9 here at the bottom, and there is an extra. It's in red and it's got the Chinese symbols after it, so that means extra. I'm not saying that's the word. I don't know what it says, but now there's a little paper tabs on this one. Some of them you move it more than once, the paper, and pieces are falling out. This one is not. This one is not joking around. And then we need 6/17. Oh, come on. 6/17 is, yes, these 2 sets of books right here. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm just trying to get a place where I can cut but not disrupt all of this. Really, I just need to cut one side because then I can pull it out. I'm just being extra gentle so I don't pull out all the other ones around it. They seem to kind of want to come out. And then last, I think, is 7-1. So our big one here. Right up top. Okay. I think that's all our pieces. Let's go ahead, and we don't need to do anything with this wood because it is not, it's completely already done. These ones are for the books. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna, there was a bit of an edge there, extra chunk of wood. I just don't want the paper to hit those. And the rest, you know, like I always say, you can fast forward if you like. Not gonna worry about those little ones. I cut them out. I am going to, however, do the book ones. I used to not do this. I know you guys know it. If you've seen even a small handful of my videos, you've probably heard it. I say this all the time. I used to not do this. I used to not. I would cut any little excess off, but only if there was a chunk and not really worry. But it can inhibit you from them sitting flat or butting up against something else. And I had one that was like really bad, and I didn't take care of it. Like, I didn't sand it, but I didn't even cut it or anything. And I don't remember which one that was on. It was a couple builds ago, but I fought with it until I realized what the problem was. And now I'm like, yeah, we're gonna just take care of these. All right, and then again, this is just something that is a preference of mine. To see how when I sand it, it leaves the white mark from where it was connected to the wood, but it also takes off a little bit of the brown on the edges, and I just like to just kind of even that up. But not something everyone wants to do, and that's fine. I totally understand that. I'm going to do that black, and I'm just going to hit where I sanded. I thought about doing that one blue, but nah, it's okay. So this takes just a little bit of time, but it also kind of helps extend, you know, when you have probably not this project, this is a fairly good sized project, but if you have like a very small project, you know, you want to kind of just make it last a little bit longer, this might be a fun way to kind of, I don't want to say drag it out, but in essence, kind of dragging it out, you know. And when you are like many of us, I know many of you out there are kind of seasoned builders. You do many builds like me. And things can get a little monotonous. Not saying they're not fun, because they are. That's why we keep doing them, but they can kind of, you know, get kits, especially by the same company, do very similar items over and over. And if you're doing a lot of them back to back, you're like, okay, again. So this is just a fun little way that I've added. That's why I started it, really, was just to give me like another point of interest in doing these. Which, of course, you know, led down to my rabbit hole of markers and all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, and I'm curious, how many of you, if you watch me, I'm not saying like you have to watch a lot, but if you've watched at least a couple of my videos, or maybe a full build or something, but yet I also know there's a few of you out there that watch a lot, almost everything I do, which you're awesome. You're all awesome. It's amazing. How many of you stay down the rabbit hole now that you used to not to? I'm curious. Let me know in the chat. My son told me the other day, because I say it all the time. And over the holidays, you know, around my son and my ex-husband, his dad, and I was, you know, we're all telling different stories, and I was talking about down the rabbit holes, and he says, oh my gosh, Mom, Dad said the other day, I went down this rabbit hole, and I just looked at him and went, like, what are you, Mom now? I thought it was funny. Okay, so our two books are going to take our two, I have a little bit of a white piece there. Why are you? There we go. The white and the, I think it's kind of a bluish brown. No, I can't. I can't. Some of you can do that. I can't. I'm going to use my ruler. I know my limits. And wrapping these around without having them pre-bent is one of them. I don't know why. It just is. Which side? It's kind of a weird. I mean, I don't have to wrap them perfect. I just need some kind of a reference frame guide as to where to put the paper at. Oh, I'm doing it wrong, Missy. Put the edge on the front, on one of the wide spots. The center part is the spine. Duh. And then over to the other side. So I am going to, and then hit the white edges. I don't know, did I just miss that one? I didn't do them. So, I mean, I could put this on the inside. I probably should have put that on the inside, but I didn't pay attention. That's okay. They are just slightly big. Seems like all of their paper is just slight, not a lot. And it may be something that, you know, doesn't bother you. It's one of my little thingies. Okay. Same thing with this one. Although we're going to start with the correct edge on the correct side of the wood. I don't know if this one's an actual book that I've read, or if it just, if they other kids have used this picture. It looks so familiar. Like, and it's a book, and I don't know if it's because it's a real book, or I've just seen it in other kits numerous times. Not sure. All right, we have our two books there. And then we're going to take our TV with the 4-9. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's two like women in dresses in a river, like just ankle deep maybe. I don't know for positive, but so that black bit on the is the top, and that's gonna go. Okay, we have a little bit of, so I'm just gonna put the glue right around the edge. Nope, you're not lined up yet. There we go. I had a lot of excess glue because it slid around on me. I'd adjusted a little bit. Alright, so there's our little TV. Kind of is a little bit of a three-dimensional because it's set inset, you know. And then, okay, so we want to take 7-1 with all the little lines, extra lines off to the right. And it says fold. Okay, so there's that white one and then two light ones, and then, okay, so I think it's, I'm trying to see if there's a line. It's so hard because one, it's so dark, and two, there's a whole bunch of lines. But I think it's, you can kind of tell a difference between this, which has a little bit of a reddish background, and this is more of the darker background. It's kind of right in between them, I think. Why am I folding? Along the dotted line and then glue. Oh. I didn't see a dotted line, honestly. I thought there would be one, but I just couldn't see it. So then I'm just gonna double check, and yeah, I was really close. Just folded that in half there. Okay, I didn't quite do half. I got a little excess white here. Okay, and now how are we putting this on there? Paste, okay, and then glue. So we're supposed to, why did they even print two sides then if we're just, I don't understand. We're gonna just do what they say though, right? didn't feel like it needed to be all glued up in the center, just around the edges, okay? Paste on the side with wood grain. So we want to put it on the back of here. Now up is where the bigger ones are, the second row down. I think it's not the ones with the light lines. That looks more like wallpaper to me. So maybe it's going to be a divider. I don't know. So with the wood grain, and I obviously didn't get it very good, or when I folded it, it glued it, it refolded different. I don't know what happened here. But you're not really being cooperative. Okay. So I'm assuming wood grain up and down, yes, okay. Okay. That's what it looks like. And there's not a front or a back to this, just a top or bottom. But you can, as long as well, you can technically do the paper however you like. I'm going to do my wood grain up and down, so I do want to make sure that that is correctly placed on the back here. It sounds like it's raining outside. It was sunshiny just a little bit ago before I started this, but yeah, the cars going by are making wet sounds too. Wow, okay, I didn't know it was supposed to rain today. All right, so our fold is, yeah, our fold is here. Okay. Oh. I don't know if I mean, it might have, I'm not critiquing it in the fact that there's no spaces showing in the back, but I might have been like the tiniest bit crooked when I put it on because I have my hands, I'm sorry guys, yep, I'm gonna just trim that up if it will let me. Okay, that is much better. Okay, sorry about that. All right, and now we're going to, almost at an hour, but we're just going to put everything in because that's all nope, we have to do these first. Oh, I hate these ones. These are going to be the plate holders and they're not my favorite to do, but I'm going to put it not on the front and not on the side, but on that edge going in between them. And then we do want them to stand on the like on the desk. I'm having trouble with words now. It's time for me to stop. For the fact that they need to be even. You know, they need to be able to set even. I mean, technically, if you can get them even, not that wide apart, with your, holding them, go for it. I've done that in the past, and they don't, once you get them lined up, it's fine. But they need to be angled in so the plates will then sit on them. They're just not the easiest things to work with. It's not that they're bad. It's just kind of awkward. I think that one's good. Let's get these two together. We'll slap our plates in there, and then we'll load up this bookshelf. I'm not going to leave all these pieces lying all over this desk for the rest of the day, because that's why another reason I went ahead and did this build, because I bumped earlier and knocked some of our pieces to our chair around, and I was like, no, I'm gonna start losing pieces. So one of the reasons I went ahead and did the build today, even though I hadn't been doing more than one a day, but that's why we're gonna finish this up, and then I'll go back to one a day. No, stay off my finger. Okay. Okay, so now this one is up and down. Okay, so it's a little bit narrower here at the bottom. That's supposed to be the bottom, and that's going to go, so I'm going to put it in this front one that I just did because it is a little bit of a narrower angle. And then this one, that little brown spot that sticks up a little bit, and it is on top and it's wider across, so that one will go over there. Okay, so I'm going to put the glue like down in those little recess on the legs, in the little, where it's going to touch, and then right in the center on the top. Well, it technically worked because the holder came with it, but oh yeah, it's pouring out there. I can hear it now. It is pouring. Wow. There we go. I think that's set better. No, it didn't. One went in really good and one didn't, so now I'm having to fight, and now they've collapsed, so okay. Okay, if it'll stay just like that, I think we're good. Okay, we're good on that one. Let's hope this one goes a little smoother, as I can't even pick it up. Okay. So again, 3 spots, one in each little divot and one on the back, and then that little narrower space is going to go down. You were good. You were good. And then you moved. See, I kind of want them to go on in those little small little divots. That's kind of, I think, what they're for. Okay, stay just like that. Nope, 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 you moved. Nope. Okay, we have our plates in the plate holders. Yay, okay, so paste any 7 pieces of D2, so these 7, the books, in random positions. Okay, real quick, I want to do this camera in black, I keep forgetting. I'm going to go ahead and kind of just copy their layout, at least to start, and then see how it goes. Yep, painted my fingers. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So as if these 12 were this, because it's much smaller. I kind of wanted, okay, so this one's, no, there's, okay, so a stack of books with the white plate on it, the blue plate over here, the TV is this, oh, because there's only 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, okay. I don't know how I counted 4. Okay, and it's actually on like the back wall. It's not on the. Oh, you could do it either way. And then the radio is here. Camera is here. Oh, this other book, the plate is on it. Okay, I get it. And then we have okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 3 goes there. Number 4 goes in the first one. Number 2 goes in the third one. And then number 1 is in the first one on the bottom. And then over here, number 1 is on the third one on the bottom. Number 2 is in the center. And number 3 is there. It's so hard to see which way, like, because if they're real words, I want them to be the right way. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. I think the plates and the TV really do need to go in the center because they are the bigger ones, and those are larger. So other than that, I think the rest could be placed anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put the TV on the back, not sitting on the shelf, but actually hanging in the center of that one. Yeah, they definitely have to be in those center ones. They're too big for anything else. Oh, weird little white spot on my paper. Okay. Now I'm just going to glue them in. Now you could do this a number of ways. You could actually put them back on the walls like I did with the TV, but down, on the shelf. I'm choosing to, of course, do it, of course, a little bit harder, more difficult, up towards the front of the, whoop, I just twisted it, sorry, towards the front of the shelf. I kind of want them to be up as close to the front as I can get them. Without them Oh, yeah. Pushed you back, didn't I? There we go. So yeah, it's going to take a second more to do this way, but it is how I'm doing it. So it's almost like if you tilt it, put that front corner, and then tilt it back. I think it works a bit better. But you have to give a little bit of a push down. Okay, whoop. Now we're a little top heavy. Okay, so book down with the spine facing out. These are wider than that. Okay, so we can't put glue all the way out because or do they have them? They have them up like that? Okay, hold on. Take that glue off for a second, because if we put it sideways, it does not fit. But if we put it face up, it does fit. But now will the plate still fit? No. Okay, so it's kind of awkward. It really is. So these are just going to have to hang off of the shelf. I'm just going to put glue like on that back half. Down in the center. Same thing with this other book on the other side. Okay. Now we're going to put the plates on top of those. They do fit on the book like that. They would not have fit if we had flipped them. So I'm fairly certain this is how they're supposed to go. Okay, there's our first and second row. Third row is the camera. And then these look like, honestly, you know what? They look like VHS tapes. To be, if I'm 100% honest, that's what they look like. At first I thought they were like cassette tapes, like music, like cassette tapes, but then that looks like, remember those old Polaroid, no, not Polaroid, the orange and red, oh yeah, these barely fit, I can't hold on to the edges. They look just like VHS sleeves. You're back too far. I don't want you back that far. I didn't want you up that far either, so thanks, but nope. There we go. And then the little radio. We're almost done here. I know we've gone, oh yeah, a bit over an hour. That's okay. It's worth finishing up. Oh no. Hey, it all stayed. That's the important part, right? They all stayed. Nothing fell apart. Oh my goodness. Last 3 stacks of books on the bottom here. Number 2. And our last one here. And they're almost the same width as the cabinet. I can't put my tweezers on the sides. Okay, you went back a little bit too far. Just slide a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay, we have our bookshelf completed. I will just say it's very, very dark. Like all the books are very dark, the wood is dark, and the background I think is what kind of makes it too dark for me. These pop, the plates pop, the girls in the little TV pops, you know, this shelf row here pops, but everything top, bottom, surroundings just kind of get lost because it's all so dark. But you know, it is what it is. I think if we had done a different background, could have completely changed the color or the look. It would have obviously changed the color. It would have completely changed the look. Oh wait, we have one more thing. Duh. We gotta put. Okay. Sorry guys. One last thing. Let's put D1. I almost forgot it. Okay, this will obviously. Hold on, I didn't do this one when I did the others. How did I completely miss this one? It was off to the side, I guess. I tucked it over a little too far. probably don't do the bottom. Oh well. Get these sides done. It was that it was like, I was like, wait, what? Because that's where I tried to cut it and I had trouble, and it sort of obviously scored into that wood a little bit more than I would have liked, but we covered it up. Okay, now we can glue it on, right? I should actually, well, it's okay around the edges. I was going to say I should actually put it on the bookcase itself, but these are going to be the same size here along the sides. And I'm just going to go right down the middle of these. All right. Just make sure you don't hit your books and plates when you're putting it on. Okay, I'll admit it does change the darkness a lot. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. That's all I wanted. I just wanted it not to be so dark, and it's not now. That light down the poles and even the top really, they do brighten it up quite a bit. Making sure everything's even. Okay. Now this is probably only going to be me that bothers, but I can see the white of that edge of that paper. Which means I can see it on this side too. There we go. Make sure that front plate is pushed down tight. Okay, I feel better now. I know that's just a little ism of mine, but is what it is. So, all right, so we finished up our bookcase, our chair, and we loaded the things onto our table. I know we're like an hour and okay, we went over a bit, but we got quite a bit done today, you guys. That was good. Thank you so much. Sneak peek real quick. Next is bedroom. So we're gonna do a bed and some pillows, and I'm going to use my double-sided tape, remember? And then we go into the bathroom. And then table and Armilla, I don't know. I don't think we'll get here. We may or may not get part of the bathroom done, but we'll definitely get the bedroom, the bed basically. Bed and nightstand table. We'll see how much this week we can try to get all that done. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you guys being here and sticking with me even when I go on and on and on and on and on. And yep, anyways, thank you again, and I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.